what we are doing here is, we are going to convert the differential equation into algebraic equation and solve it directly. That is actually the application of Laplace transform. Last semester you have learned how to solve the differential equation by finding the complementary function and particular integral, right? So all those things you can skip by using Laplace transform. But that will be the last part of this unit, that is called as application of Laplace transform. But before that you have to learn many more formulas and properties. So I'll give you the definition of Laplace transform. It is not difficult topic at all. If f of t be a function, if f of t be a function for all positive values of t, for all positive values of t, then L of f of t, which is also denoted by f of s, is integral from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. So see students, this is the formula for Laplace transform and it is base of this unit. So you should be, you have to by heart this formula. L stands for, letter L stands for Laplace transform, okay. Then f of t is the function for which you are going to find out Laplace transform. E raised to minus st, s is a parameter. So when you solve this integral with the limit 0 to infinity, your answer will be in terms of s. And that's why it is also denoted as function of s, that is capital F of s. Okay. So what is the formula for Laplace transform? Integral from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. Okay. Now, suppose I want to find out Laplace transform of 1. What I'll do? In this formula itself, I'll replace f of t by 1. So how it will look? 0 to infinity e raised to minus st 1 dt. So on both sides, I am replacing f of t by t. Now this is your normal integration. Integral of e raised to st is e raised to minus st by minus s. The limits are from 0 to infinity. That is minus 1 by s is a constant. Take it out. Anything raised to minus infinity is 0, that you know, and anything raised to 0 is 1. So answer is 1 by s. Okay. So Laplace transform of 1 is 1 by s. Similarly, suppose I find Laplace of any constant. What will happen? That k will come out and your answer will be k by s. So what is Laplace transform of 100? 100 by s. What is Laplace transform of 1000? 1000 by s. Okay. Now, suppose I want to find out Laplace transform of some function, exponential function, e raised to 80, where a is a constant. So how to find out Laplace transform of this function? So here what we do, students, here we replace f of t by what? E raised to 80. Same formula I am using. Wherever there is f of t, I am putting e raised to 80. Now to solve this particular integral, we combine these two terms, because you know that when base is same, you can add the powers, but I am taking care that I take minus sign out. Why? Because upper limit is infinity and anything raised to minus infinity goes to 0. So when I take minus sign out, what will happen? This minus will become plus, plus will become minus, and t is common, and then dt. So nothing I did, I just combined these two terms. And now normal integration you are going to do e raised to minus s minus a t divided by minus s minus a, and the limits are from 0 to infinity. Any doubt in between, please ask me if you have not understood some step. Then 1 upon minus s minus 1 is a constant. E raised to minus infinity, you know this, students, right? E raised to minus infinity is 0. This property you know already, right? So when I replace t by upper limit, infinity into anything is infinity, right? So e raised to minus infinity is 0 and 0 into anything is 0. So e raised to 0 is 1. So what you get here? 1 upon s minus a, because minus minus will become plus. So Laplace of e raised to at is what? 1 upon s minus a. So is that clear, students, how to find Laplace transform? This is the main formula you have to remember. In this formula itself, you have to go on replacing f of t by the corresponding function. Solve the integral to get the answer. Are you writing, students? Okay. Yes? Somebody is asking me something? Anybody saying
Ma'am, you are
something?
going too fast, ma'am.
I'm going fast? Okay. I repeat. Okay? See, L of f of t is Laplace of the function f of t. This is the formula for Laplace, right? 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. Correct? Now, in this formula, you have to replace f of t by 1 on both sides. So what will happen? This will become 1, right? So you are getting only integral from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st. What is integral of e raised to minus st? E raised to minus st upon minus s, no? Normal integration it is. There is no new formula in between. It is normal integration which you do. Then the limits are from 0 to infinity. Anything raised to minus infinity is 0. Anything raised to 0 is 1. Minus minus is plus 1 by s. Okay. Now in place of 1, suppose I replace it by k, constant k. Then what will happen? That constant will come out, no? So it will be k by s. Any doubt till here? If you have any doubt, if you are not understood, you can ask me, no problem. You can unmute yourself or you can put in chat box also if you have any doubt. Now what about Laplace of e raised to at, students? Same formula I am taking. In place of f of t I am taking e raised to at. So this f of t is replaced by e raised to at. Now when the base is same, you can add the powers, right? So I am adding the powers, nothing else. And again this integral is same, similar to this integral, no? E raised to minus s minus at upon the constant. Limits are from 0 to infinity. Anything raised to infinity minus infinity is 0, anything raised to 0 is 1. Minus minus is plus. And therefore it is 1 upon s minus a. Now this I told you just to understand how you are going to get the Laplace transform. But basically what we do, students, we remember one table, okay, and using that table we solve the problems. So you can take down this formula table. One side you can write function and other side it is Laplace transform. Don't worry, they are not going to ask you how you got Laplace of 1 as 1 by s, because these are all basic formulas. Based on these formulas, you are going to solve problems. So first one I will take Laplace of constant k. What is Laplace of constant k, students? It is k by s, we have proved just now. This is the second formula we have seen, Laplace of e raised to at. And what is the answer we got? 1 upon s minus a. Then the third formula is Laplace of e raised to minus at. It will be 1 upon s plus a. So minus sign will become, how to find? Same, you have to replace t by e raised to minus a. Remember formula, when power is plus, the middle sign is minus, opposite. When power is minus, the middle sign is plus. And the fourth formula is Laplace of sine of 80 is a upon a square plus b square. Okay, writing, no? I'll do it again. Laplace of k is ks. Laplace of e raised to at is 1 upon s minus a. Laplace of e raised to minus at is 1 upon s plus a. and it is a on s square plus a square. Okay, Laplace of cos at is s upon a square plus a square. So see what is the difference in these two forms, students? Whenever it is sine, the numerator is a, and for cos, numerator is s. The denominators are same for both. Then the sixth one is Laplace of sine hyperbolic at. Sine hyperbolic at, it is a upon s square minus a square. Means the middle sign will be minus here. It is similar to sine, but the middle sign is minus in the denominator for hyperbolic sine. And Laplace of cos hyperbolic is s upon s square minus a square. So it is similar to cos, but the middle sign is minus. Then there is Laplace of t raised to n. Laplace of t raised to n is n factorial upon s raised to n plus 1, where n is positive integer, and it is equal to gamma of n plus 1 upon s raised to n plus 1 if n is fraction. So this both the formulas are for Laplace of t raised to n. If n is a positive integer, then we go for factorial formula. But if n is fraction, then you cannot find factorial of fraction, right? Half factorial, 3 by 2 factorial. Yeah, it is not possible. So what we do? We use gamma formula for this. Now one more thing I want to tell you. I don't know whether you are aware of hyperbolic functions. Hyperbolic functions. There are hyperbolic functions sin hx, which is e raised to x minus e raised to minus x by 2, and cos hx is e raised to x plus e raised to minus x by 2. These are called as hyperbolic sine and cosine functions. Okay. So, in place of sin h 80, cos h 80, in place of x you have to put 80. Now at the same time, about gamma function, gamma of n plus 1 can be also written as n into gamma of n, right? This is called as the reduction recurrence formula. Then gamma of half is root pi. If you remember the first semester, gamma of half is equal to root pi. Okay. Then if n is a positive number, positive integer, then it is gamma of n plus 1 is n factorial. Right. So these are all the basic properties which already you know. So using those properties, you can go ahead with the problems. Now see, one more thing I want to tell you. Somebody is saying something. Ma'am, screen is blurred. Blur.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, now see. Any
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's because the phone is moving or something. The camera is losing focus, I think.
No, Re, that is slow.
no, now see, now I will switch off that GeoNet, and I may go out of meeting also. I don't know. I'm just trying. Okay. Hello students, can you see now? Why it happens only during your class? I don't understand. Naka re, naka. I am
Still
not
blur,
seeing
ma'am.
that. Yeah.
Same thing is happening, man. I think the camera is losing focus, right? It's moving a bit now slightly.
Yes, ma'am. Just check that.
I think camera.
Now see. I
Ma'am,
will
for
not.
2-3 seconds it's clear, then it's blur, ma'am.
Now how it is?
Ma'am, it's fluctuating.
I don't know what is happening. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so we'll continue, no? Yeah, have you taken down, students, whatever I said now? Okay, I'll send you the pics. But have you understood little bit? Okay, what I'll do now, I will dictate the formulas, okay, for you. Because formulas are very important for the further problems. So if you have written half, then make it full now. Okay, make two columns. On one side write function, other side write Laplace transform. Okay. Now the first formula is Laplace of k. Laplace of a constant k is equal to other side k by s. Then L of e raised to at. L of e raised to at is 1 upon s minus a. Ah. You're so honest, right? That day what happened? That day what happened? When you were saying that this is not taught and all. Who is this talking? I don't know. Sorry.
Lenny.
Hmm.
Assume, ma'am.
Lenny, ma'am.
Ah, understood. Now I can make out who is talking. In between Akash, Ishan. So, okay, should I move the page up? Fast, huh? Okay, done. All of you? Took down? Anybody
Yes,
wants me to
ma'am.
dictate? Okay. So till t raised to n you wrote, no? All formulas. L of t raised to n. Okay, done? Should I turn the page?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so keep this formula page in front of you because based on these formulas itself, we are going to solve the examples. Now you need to tell me which formula works, okay? Now see, for example, some simple functions I'll give you. The first function I'm giving you is what is Laplace of e raised to 3t? Okay. Example, find Laplace of e raised to 3t. Which formula will work, students?
E raised to 8.
E raised to 80 formula. And what the formula number 2? Formula number 2, correct? 1 upon s minus a. So it is 1 upon s minus 3. Correct? Similarly, I'll give you two more functions. Find out what is Laplace of sine 3t. Find out what is Laplace of t cube. Okay, write down this. Find out what is Laplace of cos 60. I dictate again. See what is Laplace of sine of 3t. What is Laplace of t cube? What is Laplace of cos 60? Okay. I'll just move the mobile and check. You continue. I've switched off the camera because I'm moving the mobile to other place.
Ma'am,
Take
can
a
you
down.
dictate the last one?
Laplace of cos 60.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Half. T raised to half. What is Laplace transform of? You can see now, students. T raised to half.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes, tell.
Root of 3 by 2 upon 5 raised to s raised to n plus 1.
Yeah. Basically, what is the formula for Laplace of T raised to n, students? What is the formula for Laplace of T raised to n? It is gamma of n plus 1 upon s raised to n plus 1, right? Why it is so? Because n is a fraction. So what we are going to do here is, we are going to replace n by half. So till 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by s raised to 1 by 2 plus 1. That is gamma of 3 by 2 upon s raised to 3 by 2. Now don't keep gamma of 3 by 2 as it is. What you can do here is, can you tell me what is gamma of 3 by 2, students? Do you remember how you write gamma of 3 by 2? What is reduction formula? Reduction formula is gamma of n plus 1 is equal to n into gamma of n, no? So you have to reduce this number by 1. Gamma of 3 by 2 will be what? 3 by 2 minus 1 is half into gamma of half divided by s raised to 3 by 2. But what is gamma of half? It is root pi divided by s raised to 3 by 2. Okay, got, students? Any doubt? Hello, you can hear me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you got this, how to make use of this formula. Now see, there is something called as linearity property. What is meaning of linearity property? Which you use in your integration, differentiation, everywhere. How it is? Like suppose you are finding Laplace of some a into f1 of t plus b into f2 of t. Okay. So here what happens? Like integration and differentiation, you always take out the constants and separate the terms. Like differentiation of first term plus differentiation of second term, or differentiation of first term minus differentiation of second term. Same thing for integration. So here also what we do, we take out the constant, right? Find Laplace of first function plus take out the constant Laplace of second function. So this linearity property works only for addition subtraction. It doesn't work for multiplication. Remember this. Because if you remember integration of sum of two functions is what? Integral of first function plus integral of second function. But when it comes to product, integral of u into v, you directly don't separate, right? Integral of u into integral of v. You use integration by parts rule. So similarly, whenever you are finding Laplace function or Laplace transform of product of two functions, then there is another formula. Okay. So linearity property doesn't work for multiplication. Now let me give you one example where linearity property is used. Find Laplace transform of 2 e raised to minus 3t plus 4 sine 2t plus 6 t raised to 2, okay, plus 7 cos hyperbolic t and plus 9. Okay. So I have given, if you cannot see I am dictating, you can take down again. Find Laplace transform of 2 e raised to minus 3t plus 4 sine 2t plus 6 t square plus 7 cos hyperbolic t plus 9. Okay. Now to solve this problem, we are going to take help of linearity property. Linearity property means what, students? Like see, from the first term take constant 2 out. So it will be Laplace of e raised to minus 3t plus 4 out, Laplace of sine 2t plus 6 out, Laplace of t square plus 7 out, Laplace of cos hyperbolic t plus Laplace of 9. Correct? Directly you can write because it is independent constant. Is that clear? I have just separated the terms by taking out the constants. And now it will be 2 times. Now who will tell me Laplace of e raised to minus 3t?
1 by s plus 3.
1 by repeat?
S plus 3.
Yes, Akash is telling 1 by s plus 3 plus, camera is moving. Okay. Duane, can you tell what is Laplace of sine 2t? Duane?
Laplace of sine 2t.
Hmm.
2 upon
Hmm.
s square plus 4.
Very good. It is a upon s square plus a square, and students a is 2 here, right? Plus 6 Laplace of t square, devil. Laplace of t square.
2 upon s raised to q.
Very good. 2 upon s cube because it is n factorial. 2 factorial is 2 upon s raised to n plus 1. Correct. Plus 7 Laplace of cos hyperbolic t. Ishan, tell. What is Laplace of cos hyperbolic t? Hmm. Who else can tell? Mohammed can tell?
Yes, ma'am.
S upon S square minus 1. Correct. S upon S square minus 1. Correct. Because it is S upon S square minus A square. No, A is 1 here. Cos hyperbolic T means A is 1. Plus. Now, Mohammed, tell me what is Laplace of 9? Laplace of 9?
9 by S.
9 by S. Very good. Okay. So, this is the Laplace transform of required big term. Okay. Now, I am going to ask you to find Laplace of cos square of t. Okay. Is there any direct formula for Laplace of cos square of t? You know Laplace of cos t, but you cannot write Laplace of cos square of t as Laplace of cos t the whole square, right? It is not allowed. So don't do that anytime. Like somebody has done when A square matrix is asked to find out, the student has squared all the numbers in the matrix instead of multiplying two matrices, right? So don't do this such mistakes. Laplace of cos square of t. Any idea, any guesses how to go about it?
Ma'am, we can separate that cos square cos into cos. Then use
Ma'am,
Then
1
what?
plus cos 2t
Substitute.
upon 2.
Very good. There is substitution. 1 plus cos 2t upon 2 is the substitution for cos square of t. So make use of that. Then 1 by 2 is constant. Take it out because it is constant. Linearity property. Laplace of 1 plus Laplace of cos 2t. Correct? Now write the final answer. Okay, got? What is Laplace of 1? 1 by s. And what is Laplace of cos 2t? S upon s square plus 4.
4.
Correct? Done. No need to simplify because I don't think anything is getting cancelled. Now in place of cos square, suppose sin square comes. Then what is substitution for sin square? It is 1 minus cos 2t by 2. So these are all small formula, students. If you don't revise, then you may tend to forget. It is not like you don't know these formulas, but you may get confused with the middle sign and all sometimes, right? Because I have seen students writing substitution for cos square of t as 1 plus cos 2t by 2 and substitution for sin square of t as 1 plus sin 2t by 2, which is wrong, right? It is the same thing for sin square also, only the middle sign is minus there. So as I told you, I don't know whether I told you, because for this topic you need the formula pages with you. So if you have kept it from your last year, it is well and good. Otherwise, you can download from the Google mathematics, trigonometry formulas, half angle formula and all everything, integration formulas, substitutions and all. So just download 2 pages and keep with you so that it will be easier for you. Now, suppose I want to find out Laplace of sine cube of t. Laplace of sine cube of t. Now again, Akash, you cannot split sine cube of t as sine t into sine t into sine t, okay? And separate the Laplace. You need to know what is substitution for sine cube of t. Anybody knows like by hearted substitution for sine cube of t? Or what you can do is, you must be knowing what is sine of 3t, no? What is formula for sine of 3t, students? 3 sine t minus 4 sine cube t, right? You must have added these formulas in 12th standard, correct? But you have not revised. So we want substitution for sine cube of t. So what will be sine cube of t, students? See, sine cube of t will be 3 sine t minus sine 3t divided by 4, isn't it? So take help of substitution of sine 3t and keep only sine cube of t on one side. So what you get is 3 sine t minus sine 3t by 4. And now it becomes easier because you got the linear factors for which you can easily find the Laplace transform. So I am writing it here, Laplace of 1 by 4 I am taking out, Laplace of 3 sine t minus sine 3t. And then from first term 3 by 4 is constant, Laplace of sine t minus 1 by 4 is constant from second term and Laplace of sine 3t. Okay, I have multiplied inside by 1 by 4 to both the terms. I am using linearity property. So 3 by 4 Laplace of Muskan, can you tell what is Laplace of sine t? Muskan, can you hear me?
Ma'am, 1 upon s square plus 1.
1 upon s square plus 1. Very good. Because a is 1 here, a upon s square plus a square. Correct. Minus 1 by 4. Then Vidula, can you tell what is Laplace of sine 3t?
3 upon s square plus 9.
S square plus 9. Okay. That's all right. So this is your Laplace transform of sine cube of t. If you want to simplify, you can take out 1 by 4 out, then cross multiply and all. If you want to, if there is something else to do in the next step. Otherwise, you can keep this answer as it is, but this answer separately will not come definitely, because these are all the basic functions I am giving you to tell you how to make use of the formulas. Okay, there will be many more properties, but unless and until this base of yours is perfect, you will not be able to understand the further properties, because while solving a single problem also, you may have to use more than 2 properties in a single problem. So see that your base of this topic becomes perfect. Now one more problem I want to do. Okay, find Laplace transform of, this camera is shaking because it is on the stand and that find Laplace transform of 2 sine 2t cos 4t. 2 sine 2t cos 4t. Okay. Now here also see, you cannot directly separate the functions. You cannot write it as Laplace of sine 2t multiplied by Laplace of cos 4t. Okay. But what else you can do, students, here?
Use 2 sine of a cos of b formula.
Very good. 2 sine of a cos of b formula. And what it is? What is the formula?
Sine a plus b plus sine a minus b.
Sine a plus b by 2 into sine, plus sine a minus b by 2, right? Correct, no?
Ma'am, by 2 won't come now.
Yes, ma'am. Just sign.
Is it? Anybody is having formula with you? Formula page? By 2 will not come, means 1 by 2 outside will not come, right? Sin A cos B, what is the formula?
Ma'am, it is sine of A plus B plus sine of A minus B.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure? You have formula with you now? Anybody is having formula? Or if you can Google quickly.
Yes, ma'am. Sign up.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
yes ma'am? Don't say simply yes ma'am like that day, huh?
I have formula.
Ma'am, I checked on Google also. Same.
Okay, so what is the formula? 2 sin A cos B is?
Sine of A plus B minus sine of A minus B.
Okay, so this 2 is not the denominator. Okay, then do it. Substitute. Your A will be 2t, B will be 4t, right? So substitute because the terms are getting separated here and see what you get. Still not sure about that formula. I'll check. I'll check that formula. So today basically have you understood how to go about Laplace transform? What you do is you have to by heart all the basic formulas and see how we apply this for finding the Laplace transforms. Okay. Now in the next class I will do the properties of Laplace transform, and using the properties you have to solve the problems. Okay. Now one more thing I want to discuss before closing this class, that I was checking the tutorials, and in the tutorial the common mistake students have done is in the last problem. Last problem students, I have sent you the solution also, but some students are still sending me their PDFs and asking me where I went wrong. Okay. Now, 1 or 2 students, it's okay. I will look into it more. From morning, I was busy because I was conducting some exams for back papers. So now I'll sit and look at that. But most common exam which I found is in last problem. Last problem, students, you have to use only row transformations because you are finding the rank. You are comparing the rank based on echelon form. So in between, if you do the column transformation, then that will not be the echelon form at all, right? So some students have interchanged the columns. That is not the valid transformation. Okay, echelon form means strictly you have to use row transformations. So using column transformation, you are losing your marks. Okay, so that is the common mistake done. And many students are getting the second problem inconsistent. So they are doing the calculation mistake. So it should not happen in your ITs or semester paper. So that care you take. Okay. Then I will see. Some few students have sent me the PDFs and asking. So first you go through your PDF, compare it with the solution which I have sent you, and still if you are doubt, then ask, because it may happen that again while checking PDF, if I have not seen some of your mistakes, then your marks may reduce also, right? So don't take that risk unless and until you have genuine reason. One more thing I want to say about the NPTEL courses. Now, NPTEL, I've seen at around 17 to 18 students have chosen me as mentor. They have enrolled for matrices. Now, see students, the role of mentor is just to supervise your work. Whether you are submitting your assignments on time, right? Whether if you have any technical issue. But I don't mind helping you in solving problems, but don't expect don't send the pics of the problems and all and expect the mentor should sit, solve and send the answers, right? Because this NPTEL course is based on IITs, right? You are going to get the certificate from IIT, so it is very valuable. And if you do it honestly, then only it will have value. Now, basically, what you have to do now, students, suppose you are getting, because some assignment, 2-3 problems will be definitely tricky problems, and in that particular video, they may not have mentioned that part, because that is IIT level. It is not like spoon feeding which we do here. Suppose something is not taught, then you will directly start saying, this is not taught, that is not taught, right? But make a habit, because this is, I'm telling you, for your good, for your future, right? Make a habit of exploring the things. Why Google is there? So just type wherever you are getting stuck and go ahead with that. It is not like, see, when you will be out as engineer and some task is given to you, and suppose that is not done in your engineering curriculum, you are not going to tell your boss, right, that, sir, this was not taught in my engineering. So these reasons are not, it doesn't value, correct? So what you have to do is, suppose something is not taught or something is not come in the video or something, just type that keyword, see some YouTube videos on that. Definitely you get some link, and I'm sure that you will get benefit out of this. Make the habit like this. It is not like what we are doing here, like teaching. Okay, Laplace of this is this. Okay, so suppose some twisted problem comes, then how? No, ma'am didn't teach this, ma'am didn't tell about this. Why you don't explore the things? Now see this NPTEL course also, first 3-4 weeks are related to our this semester, but remaining matrices part is advanced matrices, which is not there in your syllabus, right? But your teachers told me that matrices is very important for your core subjects when you go to your higher semesters, right? So don't sit with the, don't get the habitual for spoon feeding students. Understood? Don't behave like school students. Like A, B, C, D, F, G, only that much, that much, that much. Try to explore more things and try to learn by yourself. That satisfaction is totally different, I'm telling you. Okay? But if you have something genuine, you can, what, somebody is asking me something. Ma'am,
Ma'am, what did you do with those formula there? 2 sin A cos B?
what happened?
Ma'am, can you just move the page a bit to the
I
left?
have not done anything. I have not done anything.
Two is not
This
there.
I am telling you to confirm the formula and solve it.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Ah.
This problem you are going to solve and tell me the answer next time. Okay. Okay, then we'll stop here. Don't miss the classes of Laplace transform, because even if you miss one class, no, you are not going to understand what is happening in the next class. Okay. So let us take the attendance.